Hard work, dedication, and some motivation. That's gonna get a nigga to some paper. You get Dawn on the track, you know I'm going up. Like King Kong on a skyscraper. I've been betrayed, wash my hands with these fake friends. Now they see I'm in my zone now. And I can feel it in my bones now. Something greater's on the way, I bossed up on my own now. No one to talk to, so I bottle up my pain. Can't get too close, cause I know that you gon' change. Too many times I was left off in the rain. Kawasaki told me, F them niggas, drop them nuts and switch lanes. I did that, applying pressure to them streets. I wanna go and put them BBs on my teeth. I'm off of exit, ain't no time for no sleep. I thought I told you once before, man, my children gotta eat. Interfere with that, you get your photo on the tee. And for my lovers in the dirt, I'm steady screaming, rest in peace. For y'all my niggas locked behind them bars, I pray you never say that thing for me. You can put that weight up on my back. I'ma make sure the whole team eat. Oh, you sound hungry, nigga. Yeah, feed me more. Since the age of 16, I've been a hard nose. Something like Boots, I hate the lube, become a hard cold. I told myself that I would never sell my soul, but I'ma grind each and every day to reach my goal. Go cop a chain and I be colder than the South Pole. I had your girl, she tiptoeing on my marble floor. I told my niggas I'm the key and I'm an open door, so don't be silly, put a hand on me, they peel you like a sword. I told my niggas let's spread our wings and go soar. I remember nights I had to make a pallet on that floor. I remember nights a nigga had nowhere to go. Some niggas was dry getting lame, I had to let them go. Some niggas try getting lame, I had to let them go.
Heavy hearted from the day I started. It's a new day, so the old me departed. Eating beats, leaving tracks like I shorted. I still look young, so I still get caught. No ID, cause my face on the warrant. I ain't ride no ways, I'm the front of the current. Not a tipper stain, cause my flow is permanent. Hard work, dedication, I'm determined. In the full room, I feel by myself. Painting every verse like I'm trying for help. Gave love away, I should've kept. And days go by, I haven't slept. Raising the game, my boss top shelf. Beating up the cat till I make it quick. 2 grams of blunt, like the split. God's chosen one, I ain't saying I'm an angel. Preaching no word from a different angle. Flipped in the bird with my middle finger. Direct call, I got a special ringer. Put it down first on the beat. Then pull up and take a seat. Sent 30K was a trick for a treat. Gave everything just so she leave. Prayed every day on my knees. Picked up the pad and went on a journey. Then I dug deep just to speak.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode of We Live. We Live. Yes, indeed. I hope everyone had a great Monday, pushing through what they call those Monday blues. As well as for myself, went in and did work today. But I was anticipating this moment right here, being online with you guys. I was very excited about this opportunity once again. I'm definitely enjoying going online, going on live, and having conversations with y'all and relaying my thoughts to everyone that happens to care and wants to tune in. But we are back for the 3rd episode of We Live. Like I always say, it's not about me, it's about us, which is why it's called We Live. We Live. The Lord blessed me with that one. Because I was going to go up and come with a different name, but I feel like the inclusive thought and everyone wanting to be championed at some point. That's why it's We Live. We Live. All right, let's get to it. One moment here. Let's get everything rolling on this end. Boom, I'm in the dashboard. In the dashboard. Perfect, perfect. and I can see myself as well. Happy Monday. Yes, indeed. My wife is in the building, like I say. If nobody else gonna be here, she gonna be here. Her in the beam. So I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. In the comments, as y'all roll in, definitely let me know how your Monday was. Let me know how your Monday was. Because nonetheless, it is a Monday. I do enjoy Mondays sometimes. I'm not going to tell you no lie. The reason I do is because now I'm one day closer to Friday. So I enjoy Mondays. That means because I'm one day closer to Friday. That Friday at 5 p.m. I count down from that first moment at Monday at 8 a.m. I'm already counting down. I'm already counting down. Let me see how many hours it is. Let me see. Hold on. So it is roughly. Hold on. I guess I could do it in my head. It's roughly 93 hours from Monday at 8 a.m. to Friday at 5 p.m. And that's a very quality segue into tonight's topic of 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. I want to know, have y'all ever seen this clip? Let me throw this clip up there for y'all real quick. Check out this clip. Here it is right here.
That's the switch that we have to make, is that are we willing to practice this one kick, this one move 10,000 times or whatever it may be? And that to me is the difference maker. There's a beautiful quote by Bruce Lee where he said that I'm not scared of the person that has practiced 10,000 kicks one time each. I'm scared of the person who's practiced one kick 10,000 times. And that's the switch that we have to make, is that are we willing to practice this one kick, this one move 10,000 times or whatever it may be? And that to me is the difference maker.
You know, that speaks volumes to me. That speaks volumes to me. And the reason it does is there's a theory that I'm sure everyone has heard. And when I was going through the topics in my heart and my mind and prayed about it, I was thinking about what does it take to be great? And I know this is a consistent and a common thought process. But I think that we tend to look at it as a nuance and not really dive into what does it actually take to be great. And like I say, there's a theory that it takes 10,000 hours to greatness. And I brought that clip up about Bruce Lee because it's the greatness in the clip and the greatness in who Bruce Lee was. And I often reflect back on my childhood, and I bring those up in these conversations because certain memories stay with me, no matter what's going on, no matter what the season is, no matter how high I am or how low I am in trials and tribulations. But I always stick to these certain memories that they help me tend to reveal the lessons that I need to learn or haven't fully understood. But I remember watching Bruce Lee movies, and being quite amazed at a young age. And I would sit there and, you know, just being just shocked of how can one man defeat all these people at one time? You know, and as a child, he would be looked at as a superhero to me. There's many other superheroes, Captain Planet. I even enjoyed Meteor Man, Ninja Turtles. But nonetheless, as I became an adult and matured, I understood that these fights, these movie scenes, they're choreographed. So now the amazement of how he defeated all these people at one time, the amazement simmered a little bit. It went down. I was like, okay, I'm not as amazed on how he was able to fight so well against these people because it's choreographed. And he's the star of the movie. He's supposed to win. And as you could tell, you know, y'all seen these movies where the star will be fighting this one person and there'll be other people in the background acting like they're getting up and coming, they're getting up extra slow, or they moving around and all this stuff just for their opportunity to come up and fight. But what still fascinates me about these fights, about these scenes, about the choreograph of these scenes was the precision. The precision. And you cannot ignore the precision of these fight moves, how controlled, how intentional every movement was. Every punch, every block, even every wah, everything was precise. Everything was on timing. Everything he had to master in order to perform at that level, even if it's choreographed, even if it's fake. This is, in my understanding, the result of relentless hours of preparation, relentless hours of refinement, repetition, dedication, concentration, focus. It's just on and on and on. So that brings the question, or that raised the question to my mind is, how do people actually become great? 10,000 hours to greatness, but how do people actually become great? That is a thought that sticks with me. That is a thought that I ponder. That is a thought that I am challenged with. That is a thought that consistently go through my mind because my goal is to be great. I hope that your goal is to be great as well. But we're going to look at what does it take to be great? How do people become great? As y'all come in and join the live, leave a chat, give me a thumbs up, give you a shout out. I like to give a shout out, let y'all know, because y'all took time out of y'all life to chime in, just jump on real quick. And I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. And, you know, this week we launched this live. And whether we have 1 view or 100 views, these are the day ones. And I'm taking note of everyone that's in the live that comes in and leaves a chat, leaves something, let me know they're there because I got something for you. At the end of this road, I got something for you. I got something special. And it's only going to be unique to you. It's going to be special. Not everyone's going to have opportunity because this is the foundation. This is the building block of something bigger that I'm actually working on. But as I think about it, you know, most people lack focus. I doubt any of us really lack desire, but we lack focus. I doubt any of us lack ambition or goals or dreams and even or responsibilities. We don't lack the want to. The problem is we lack the time, the energy, and the focus to consistently deliberate on one thing. That it is. We're constantly divided. We try to become experts in 10 different things simultaneously. We spread ourselves so thin, and we're only limiting our true potential. We're only limiting our true potential. The truth of the matter is, as we continue to move through our way, excellence requires concentration. Excellence requires concentration. Yep. You can't maximize your skill set. You can't maximize your effort, your effectiveness. You can't maximize your attention to detail if you're pulled in every direction. You can't. You can't. You have to be polished in one move. Hey, my mom in the chat. Good evening. Good evening, Mom. Hope you had a great Monday. And we really don't see that invisible work that a lot of people put in. We only applaud the success at the end. Nobody celebrates the failed attempts. Nobody celebrates the repetitions. But that's when you gotta step up. That's when you gotta be there. We only call the finished product time. I think I heard one time that Steph Curry shoots 1,000 shots a day, 100 shots from every part of the three-point line and everywhere else that he's trying to hit those shots. He has to hit 100. I believe they even said he had to hit 100 in a row. The repetition, the dedication. 1,000 shots a day, every day. But the question I think of is, as we're thinking about 10,000 hours to greatness, what if talent is not the deciding or defining factor? If y'all in the chat, I did make some adjustments to the audio. Let me know if it's clear. Let me know if there's an echo. Let me know if I'm not loud enough. What if talent isn't the true deciding factor? But what if consistency is? What if consistency is? You know, I think one of the main things I struggled with growing up is, and people still to this day, they look at me, okay, the audio is great, awesome. People still look at me today, even on my job now. They look at me as a jack of all trades. And I used to think that was a great thing. And it's not a bad thing either. I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not excellent or great at one particular thing. I'm very useful. I'm very versatile. I used to challenge with that. That used to be a battle for me. I was always good at a whole bunch of stuff, but not great at one thing. Not great at one thing. In the chat, if you have a thought, What is your one thing that you're great at, or your one thing that you're excellent at, or are you considered a jack of all trades? Put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. See, I truly believe you can do almost anything. You can pretty much do almost anything. But you can't do everything at its highest level. Because you'll spread yourself too thin. Our toughest enemy is distraction. Our toughest enemy is distraction. And I understand you want to be able to do this or do that, apply yourself here and be there for this, but you can't be afraid to miss out on the opportunity because you are focusing on this one thing. Yep. You can't be a part of every notification. You can't be a part of every trend, every comparison. You can't be a part of everything. You have to be a part of your one thing. And you have to hone in on your one thing. Then greatness is sure to follow. Yeah. That was just a thought of what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I give y'all all that because as a independent artist, and I'm not saying that this series of lives, this channel is only for independent artists. No, I am an independent artist, but this is for entrepreneurs. This is for everyone that's living life because I'm just like y'all. There's nothing different about me than you. There's nothing special about me other than I refuse to quit. Oh, my wife said what she said. She says, let's put it on the screen so we can see it. She says, I'm definitely not a jack of all trades, but I think I'm good at thinking outside the box and being creative. There you go. And I agree to that. I live that firsthand. Don't let a birthday party or some form of celebration coming about or a tribute. That is definitely a gift of yours. And I definitely look forward to when you do post them for your family or birthdays or whoever it is, your friends. I definitely look forward to see what you came up with this time. Not to put no pressure on you. But back to the music thing. If excellence requires concentration, how do you maximize your effectiveness with everything that you have to accomplish as an entrepreneur, as an independent artist, as someone that's not been an artist, but maybe you are you just working your job, but yet you still have to come home and take care of your family. You assist with your friends. Yet you have deeper desires. You have dreams that you want to accomplish. And I can only speak from this perspective. But as an independent artist, there's so many things that require my attention. There's so many things that I have to do. I have to wear so many hats, from whether it be branding, marketing, showmanship, networking, relationship building, which is, I guess, similar as networking, ownership. And then I also have to create music. Yet, if I'm an independent artist, is not the music the most important thing? Is not the music the most important thing. And this is where we tend to stumble. I can only speak from my perspective. I remember earlier in this year, I'm pulling this together, I'm pulling that together, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I have all these plans for this fall project. And I was touching everything. I said, oh yeah, well, this is gonna be ready, this is gonna be ready. And to the point where I just became overwhelmed and nothing was getting done. I was talking to my manager, Mr. West, about the whole situation, and I was letting him say, hey man, yeah, I want to push play, but I just want to roll it back. I want to roll it back a little bit because the most important thing is the music. I'm not even having time to really sit down with this beat, sit down with these lyrics and think about this concept that I'm delivering in this music, because I'm thinking about, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Well, I want to go talk to this person. I need to shoot this, I need to shoot that, I need to move over here. But the music was suffering. And then what happens is you push up to that deadline that you gave yourself. And now you're rushing the tunes, you're rushing the lyrics. You're not able to sit with every line. Me personally, I sit with every line. I think they're in every line. There's not a line that the Lord has ever blessed me to create or write and or deliver that I didn't pray about first. Because there's a message I have to deliver and I don't want to just be saying anything. Now, I agree. Music alone is not enough. However, talent and production without a strategy, it'll go unnoticed. So you have to have a strategy. You have to be focused on the delivery of your art. As an independent artist, that's what I've learned in this journey. And that's why I'm doing these lives. I said, you know what? The best way for me to get the most out of this music, for y'all to see me, for y'all to relate with me, is get on this live with y'all for an hour so y'all can see the foundation. So y'all can see the growth. So y'all can understand the growth. So at some point, y'all will grow some form of attachment to me. To the point where y'all at least be like, well, let me just go check it out. Let me go check it out and see what he's talking about. Whether you like it or not, you'll have to go see it because I've been building this bridge with you. And we're gonna walk across this bridge together. So the music has to be quality. The music has to be quality, not average, not decent, not okay, not No, the music has to be good. And that is my goal. That is my goal. It's got to be good enough to earn another listen. It has to have some replay value. Oh, we got some more in the building. Welcome. Hope you had a great Monday. Good evening. Give me a thumbs up or let me know who you in the chat. Like I said, I'm making a list and I'm checking it twice. Yet the principle of the 10,000 hours to greatness, it applies way farther than just music. This applies to, like I said, a musician, entrepreneur, athlete, a teacher, content creator, whatever. If you're a chef, if you like to be in the kitchen, whatever, it applies everywhere. It applies everywhere. So as we think about the 10,000 hours, and I keep repeating that because 10,000, the thought of 10,000 hours alone is powerful. It's powerful. The thought of it, the actual number itself is not magic. It's not magic. One second. The number alone is not magic. And it don't even guarantee success. What it does represent is commitment. I've had conversations with quite a few people in my past. And they were managers, they were upper levels, you know, CEOs, CIOs. I've had conversations with them. And you know what they told me about a degree from college? They said a degree from college is great. It's a great piece of paper to have. But what it means to them is we know this person can commit to something and complete it. A lot of times, you know, people have degrees that they're in the field that they're not even working in. But that piece of paper shows that they can commit to something and complete it. You know, that 10,000 hours represents showing up consistently. Sometimes you're not going to be motivated. Will you still be consistent? Sometimes you're going to be tired. Will you still be consistent? Sometimes you're not going to feel good. Will you still be consistent? Sometimes they're not going to pay attention to you. Will you still be consistent? I'm living it right now. I dropped ROTK last fall. I was excited about it and still am. I listened to it. I studied it. I studied myself. I studied the lyrics. Oh, I could have took a better breath there. I could have delivered that a little better. I needed a better bar there. It's part of the growth, though. It's part of the growth. 10,000 hours represents refining your skills. It won't always be exciting. And more than likely, it's going to be more challenging than exciting. I don't think the Valley is ever exciting. I don't think training is ever exciting, but you got to teach yourself to love it. You got to teach yourself to love it. Mastery is not built in weeks, months, but over years. I think they said 10,000 hours is how many years? I forget what they said. How many years is 10,000 hours? $10,000 hours continuously, 24 hours a day. If you're working at it, it'll take you about a year and a quarter. Obviously, you can't work at whatever you're doing 24 hours a day. So if you're actually being honest with yourself, more than likely you're going to get that 2 to 4 hours a day range. It's going to take you between 6 and 9 years to master it. To master it. So that's my thought on the 10,000 hours. I don't want us to confuse movement with advancement or being busy as productive. Spending quality time, even if you're able to get an hour in, but you're focusing on that one bar, you focusing on that one verse, you're going to, the time that you put in, as they say, what you put in is what you get out. $10,000 hours. I believe as we hit the 35-minute mark, and I appreciate everyone tuning in. I appreciate y'all being consistent with me. I believe most of us are waiting for motivation. I feel like We're waiting on a habit to form. We're waiting on to be in the correct emotional state. We're waiting to develop that discipline. Then, if success depends on that, are we going to struggle if we don't have the motivation, or we're not good at forming habits, or our emotional state may be in the dirt at the moment? We're not good at discipline. Then we are connected to being inconsistent. So as we come to a close on this thought of the 10,000 hours, let's not misunderstand the theory or the rule of the 10,000 hours. It doesn't guarantee greatness. It doesn't guarantee success. It doesn't guarantee that you will achieve this or that goal. But it does guarantee commitment. We spend 10,000 hours doing plenty of things that does not add to the path that we're on. But deliberate repetition creates mastery. Whatever you're deliberately doing, you will master it. So at the end of the day, as we think about this conversation, our lives are nothing but a collection of hours. And it's not a question of whether you have 10,000 hours. And Lord willing, you live for the next 7 to 10 years. But the question is, where are you investing your 10,000 hours? Because what you repeatedly do is what you will eventually become. Greatness is not built in a moment. It's built in 10,000 moments. I really appreciate everybody tuning in for We Live episode 3, 10,000 hours to greatness. I think I might like this 6:30 to about 7. Depending on interaction, we'll go to the window is from 6:30 to 7:30. That is the window. But if I'm here, I will spew what I need to say, and then I'll get out your hair. Upcoming news. I just like to repeat, I'm still working on a platform, a Q&A platform. Still working on that. I spoke to my brother-in-law. We got something coming. We were brainstorming on that, something to bring him into this fold that we have. He's excited about it as well as I am. He has some great ideas, and we're going to develop this platform, develop this live stream. What else? I think that's it for the news or announcements at the moment. As I gain them or as they come about, I will deliver them and let y'all know what's on the horizon for DenardRaps and the upcoming music and the merch. I will not be on Wednesday. Wednesday's the day off because, like I said, we have a Bible class. Friday will be, I think I'll jump on probably about 8:30 Friday because I do have to pick up my son. But that's what it is. We live where our conversations are real. And we really want to talk about them and think on them and deliberate on them. I'm out. See y'all next time.